Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are making smoky jollof rice or your party jollof, and the first step is to boil our protein. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. So we'll get right in. I'm just seasoning the goat meat. I prefer to use the goat meat itself, so that I don't want to use the seasoning. I want the goat meat itself. So I've just put all the seasoning powders, and I am just going to, I've washed the meat already. I've added, everything. I'm going to be showing the seasoning I use later on in the video, so you stick by and don't go anywhere. So that is just my meat boiling up, and I'm just mixing everything thoroughly to be sure that the seasoning is not sticking together somewhere or is not evenly distributed. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to also be adding other things, which is the pepper, the onions, and also the spring onions. I love to season my meat or my food with these three major ingredients because I love the taste that it has to everything. Okay, so I've just added it to the meat to make it boil. um I'm sure you're wondering what pepper is doing in meat, but to be honest, it has a unique taste to it, and it is something you will really love in your meat or in any other, especially when it comes to seasoning. So I'm just going to mix everything together to allow it to allow everything, enter into each other. If you get what I mean. So I'm just trying to like sieve out the stock now that I'm done cooking, and so that I can use the stock for the jollof rice. So the major thing we are cooking is the jollof rice. So let's not lose focus. Okay, so that's the stock I'm trying to like sieve out, or I'm trying to like take out of the goat meat, and that is the stock that I want to use for my jollof rice. Okay, so for this particular food, I'm cooking for about 10-20 people. Okay, so this is all the pepper that I'm going to be using. I've got the scotch bonnet, that's the atarodo. I've got the bell pepper. I've got the long pepper as well, and I've got the cayenne pepper. I've got onions, I've got garlic, I've got ginger. All these are together in here. I've also got tomatoes, so that it's not too peppery, and I'm going to like be washing everything together. So that is what I am going to do now. I'm just trying to like bring everything out so that you can see what exactly I am going to be blending together. And if you are not seeing it, you can hear what I've just said. Everything I am blending together is what I've mentioned. So you can also have your choice of pepper, but just to be conscious of what you're adding, because it's going to be adding to the overall taste at the end of the day. Okay, I love this long pepper because it has a sweet taste it has to the food, even if it is stew or whatever. I love to use it a lot. So I'm just going to be doing a thorough washing to hold the pepper before I go ahead to cut them. So that is my washed pepper, and I'm ready to cut them into smaller bits now, so that I can. What the method I'm going to use is that I'm going to be grilling the pepper. We have alternative methods as well. You can blend them and then boil the pepper first, or you can just go ahead and blend all the pepper and just go ahead to cook. This particular method that I'm using will make, it had a sweet taste to the overall result of the rice. And because I want to achieve that smoky taste, that is why I'm going to be grilling them in my oven. So I'm going to go ahead to cut. That's what I'm just doing now. Cut them into bits so that you know it's faster. The result, like to get the result that I want, is faster. And so I'm just cutting into bits now, and it's it's quite an interesting one, because probably because I love to cook. Like, I don't find all this like stressful at all. I find it very interesting because I love to be creative with my cooking. And like I said, you don't have to go through this process. If you cannot, you can either just, blend your pepper the conventional way, blend your pepper and just continue to um just add it to your oil and then just continue cooking. Or you can blend your pepper first and boil it first before you then add it to your mixture, to your jollof mixture. So that's the pepper that I'm just putting in the tray to put in the oven to grill. That I'm adding a bit of oil. The oil I'm using is the stir fry oil. It's not the regular vegetable oil. So why am I using the stir fry oil? Is because it's already garnished with garlic and ginger, and probably some other things to make it, smell nice. So I am not advertising for Tesco. I just love it. So I'm just going to be cutting some onion. So I've just put the mixture, everything I've cut in the oven, and I'm going to be cutting the onion. Now, the reason why I'm cutting this onion separately is because once I start cooking, I love to first season my oil. The first oil I pour into the pot, I love to first season it with onions. And I love to use onions a lot because of the unique taste and the lovely taste it adds to my food. So for some people might not have, I have people that probably they love the taste of onion, but they don't love the sight of onions. My sister used to be like that. I don't know. It's been a long time we've been together, so I don't know if she's been like that, if she's still like that. So you have to know the preference of the people you are cooking for. By the way, it's my friend that is getting married, and this is not, I didn't do this like as a commercial or whatever. It was just something that I love to do, like I said. So I'm going to be cutting the onions, and this is the way I love to cut. I'm trying to increase the focus on the onions. This is the way I love to cut so that I can season the oil of the jollof rice. I love to cut it in this style so that I just love this style. So it's not dicing, it's not the circular one, it's just this particular one that I love. So either to stew my meat or to do jollof rice. This is just the style I love. And I'm also cutting this other one, I just wanted to cut it in another way somehow, and so that I can use it to season my oil. So at the end of the day, the jollof rice came out quite well. Okay, let me not jump to the end result so that you can wait and see what it looks like, right? So this is the seasoning that I am adding together, so that you're not wondering what I added together to season the food. So the first thing is the chicken seasoning, the second thing is the dry thyme, the third one now is the parsley. Okay, I'm planning to do like a video where I will talk about the importance of all this seasoning, even to your health in general. Then this is the hot curry. Okay, because I'm cooking for a more than 5 people, so I will be using a lot of curry because I want to also feel the taste. So the next thing is the rosemary. Rosemary has like this sweet smell, or the sweet aroma, the sweet taste it also has to food. So I'm going to be using rosemary as well. And all these things, to be honest, is just wait and see. Or like I said, this is something you want to practice. Or if I've not said that, yes, I'm saying this is something you want to actually do yourself. So that was not chicken, and this is the pepper that I have grilled. Okay, so I'm going to be putting the pepper all together in the blender so that I would blend them now. It is hot, so you have to be conscious if your blender can take hot things or if you want it to cool down a bit. My blender is all right to blend very hot things, and it will still work fine. So you have to know the make of your blender so that it doesn't get spoiled. Okay, we are trusting God for a miracle for Gucci mix or for Ninja blender. Okay, so if God is, if it is in your heart to gift us one, we are more than ready to accept it. But before then, this is what I am working with. Okay, so this is my blended pepper, and I'm just pouring it into this large bowl, so that I will just put it separate, and then we can start our cooking proper. This is the pot I will be using. I'm using two pots to cook this food, but before I start, I'll be mixing everything together. I will be steaming up the mixture all together in this pot first before I separate them. Okay, just for even distribution of the ingredients. So that is the onion that I have cut earlier um with the spring onions. I'll first I'll first like garnish my oil for the I'm looking for the word, but yeah, I'll first garnish my oil or season my oil with the onions, you know. So while that is like eating up, I am just about to add the tomato paste. Okay, or what is jollof rice without tomato paste? I'm sure you can tell. So I'm adding the tomato paste so that for the thickness, for the color, for the taste of the overall food. So everything I am adding to the food, I am being intentional, because I'm not just adding because that is the way it should be. I'm adding because of a reason or the other, and that's why I'm saying all the reasons. And for the spices, I'm going to be doing another video where I will talk about the importance of each spice. Okay, I think that's already in the pipeline, and I pray for grace to be able to edit it. So I'm stirring everything together and covering them up for even distribution as well, so that there is no concentration in a place and lesser concentration in another place. Okay, and this is the blended pepper I am adding to the hot oil and the mixture of onions and tomato paste. Okay, I'm going to be stirring it up as well. And mind you, I'm cooking for a lot of people, so I want to be sure that there is even distribution of all the ingredients in one in the food. So somebody is not tasting something very good or something that is hyper concentrated, and then another person does not have a taste of anything at all. So I'm trying to like mix everything together so that and then there is no like lump of ingredients or lump of whatever in a particular part of the food. So another thing you also need to pay attention to when you are cooking is your pots. You need to also be aware of the kind of pots that you are using. I'm covering everything up now to simmer up. So back to what I was saying, the pots you use also has something it adds to your food. Sometimes the more the thicker sorry, the thicker the pot is, sometimes it could affect your result at the end of the day, or the length of how you cook. And thank God for the cookwares that we have now that are being intentional, and the brands that are being intentional in building all this new cookwares. They are just ideal for cooking. I'm washing the rice now, and this rice is like parboiled as I bought it, so I'm just going to be washing it thoroughly. I prefer to just wash my rice thoroughly with salt. I washed it about 5 times. Yes, it is too much, but I don't mind. I want it to be as clean as possible, and I'm also washing with warm water because I mean, I would have said hot water, but that would be too hot to handle. So warm water is just fine. And I washed it thoroughly and thoroughly so that you know the at least the stickiness will be out of the way and the rice is not dirty as well. Okay. If you don't, if you want to parboil, by all means it's all right, but you I would say you don't have to really, especially if the rice is already parboiled. So I'm adding all the spices that I added together in the white bowl, remember, the curry and co. I'm adding everything to the pot of to the pot on that was to the pot of tomato paste and other things that's already been cooking already, and I'm giving it a good stir so that it is, like I said, thoroughly mixed together. Okay, and we don't want hyper concentration and you know little concentration in other places. That is the stock of the goat's meat that I'd put in the fridge, because I made the goat meat like the night before. So um I put the stock in the fridge so that it is preserved and it is not, yeah, so that it is preserved. So I'm just adding it to everything, and then I'm covering everything up with foil, okay, so that I will lock in the moisture. So you can see that I've already separated the ingredients or everything I've mixed together into two pots, because I don't want a situation where one pot is not enough or one pot is too small to contain the rice. So I've poured the rice in. I think something happened. Yeah, I was attending to my baby, so I just poured the rice in and I covered it with foil and with the cover, and I lowered the heat. Usually I would advise that whenever you are cooking, you cook on a low heat. And of course with jollof rice, I would advise that you cook on a low heat. This is the rice. It is not sticky. It is not mashing together. It is nice to taste, and I'm just like putting onions to add like extra flavor. It's already done, but just while in the process of probably transporting and everything, the moisture, the flavor, everything is locked into the rice, and it adds to the overall taste at the end of the day. I'm sure you've enjoyed this vlog, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so before you go. And if you have tried this and it has really worked for you, please let me know in the comment section. If you think there's something I'm not adding to it, please let me know as well. Although the taste came out nice, but if there's something you would like me to add to it, you can also let me know. It's a free world and I would also love to hear from you. Okay, thank you so much for watching.